Hey everyone, I'm Cameron with SpeedCubeShop.com, and today we'll be taking a look at the new TengYun Plus 2x2. So the TengYun Plus 2x2 is the second version of the TengYun 2x2. I have the version 1 right here that came out almost 2 years ago. So going over the immediate technical specs, the TengYun Plus is 51mm and has adjustable magnets this time, which is I think mainly the big change here. And it also is 66 grams, which is 7 grams heavier than the version 1. Which is really interesting because in your hand, the version 1 feels a lot more heavy. I think just due to this smaller, more compact size, a lot of the weight feels a lot more centered, whereas the V2 or the Plus has the weight more evenly distributed throughout the entire puzzle. So the biggest key features with the TengYun Plus are going to be that it has the adjustable magnets. You can pick between settings 1, 2, and 3, 1 being the strongest, 3 being the lightest. Yes, you did hear that correctly. And it has now center edge magnets, which is a new kind of magnetic feel, which makes it a lot different than the version 1. Also, the version 2 has a really effortless turning feel. And I have to say, I do really prefer the 51mm size over the 50. Being someone that has slightly bigger hands, I do feel like the 51mm is just a lot more comfortable in my hands. And I feel like it's not as prone to locking up, whereas the 50, I just feel like my fingers are kind of struggling to not overlap in a way. I feel like I'm almost turning my own other fingers. So really quickly talking about the accessories, you get this really nice gray and blue DaYan storage bag, which is a $3 value. And you get this blue screwdriver to adjust the screws. And then you get the magnet adjustment tool, which is just this really simple little turning piece. And the way it works is you just push it right there in between the pieces, and you turn only clockwise to change between settings 1, 2, and 3. So it's a really simple design because there's 3 arrows on the pieces, and you just wait until the arrow is indicated on 1, 2, or 3. Now, one thing to be really careful of is you need to only do this on the corners that don't have the locking mechanism. And if the cube is too loose, I found that when you go to adjust it, it'll actually rotate the entire centerpiece instead of just the mechanism. So you want to be mindful of that, because I was kind of driving myself a little bit crazy adjusting it and noticing that it wasn't turning the dial before I realized that it was actually rotating the entire centerpiece. So I had to tighten down the cube a little bit more, and it fixed the problem. So the magnet adjustment system is really easy to use. I do like the fact that it's so simple. The only bummer being that if you don't have this tool, I do think it would be a little bit difficult to do it by hand. And as you tighten down your TengYun Plus, it gets more difficult to make the magnet adjustment because you have to rely on inserting this tool between the pieces like that. So if it's too tight, that tool is gonna have a lot more difficulty going in between the pieces and making the adjustment. Just something to be aware of. So now comparing the Plus to the version 1, from what I can see, the piece design is actually identical in terms of the grooves that are on the pieces, which is interesting because the Plus does feel substantially different than the version 1. The version 1 is a lot slower feeling. It feels like you dumped a lot of Nebula, for example, into it. Has lots of drag in a way. I say that, it does still move easily, but it does have that sort of draggy feeling that feels like it takes a little bit more effort to actually make a rotation, versus the Plus is effortless and a lot faster. And you can hear it's a lot sandier. So it is a lot more loud and kind of clacky and just overall snappy when you're doing corner cutting and other movements like that. Whereas the version 1, a lot more dampened. So if loud cubes are a problem for you, then maybe the version 1 would be the better choice in that department. So the last thing I want to touch on is the magnet strength. The version 1 has notoriously weak magnets. I mean, doing a rotation here, you can barely feel them. I mean, they are there, but it's a very, very weak strength magnet. What's interesting is that the weakest setting, so setting 3 on the TengYun Plus, is so much stronger than the version 1. So if you are a fan of weaker or lighter magnets, the version 2 or the Plus might be a little bit too strong, because I personally have mine set to the strong setting, which I do prefer for 2x2 because it kind of helps me keep the layers aligned when I'm speed solving. But like I said, the weakest setting is way stronger by about 3 times, I would estimate, than the version 1. So keep that in mind if weak magnets are your thing. All in all, the price difference isn't too much going from the version 1 to the Plus. I do think it brings a lot more features, and I do think that the increased size and the adjustable magnets are gonna be a really big selling point for a lot of people. But if you do have the version 1 and you're happy with it and you don't mind the magnet strength or the size, maybe it wouldn't be too big of a deal for you to upgrade. But ultimately, I do think that this was a really nice move by DaYan. I do really prefer the turning feel and just everything about this. The stickerless shades are really nice, but again, that's a pretty standard thing. So I'll just do a really quick solve. I'm by no means a 2x2 expert, so this will be interesting. Still a little hard with my messed up thumb, but it's getting better. So again, I do like the Plus. I would recommend it to anyone who's looking to get a 2x2. It does sell for $24.95 US dollars on SpeedCubeShop.com. So it does align pretty well with other options in the marketplace. So let me know what you think of the DaYan TengYun Plus 2x2 in the comment section down below. Again, if you want to pick one up for yourself, you can go ahead and click somewhere up here or in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.